Apologies again for absence over the weekend. On Saturday morning I had my COVID flu jabs and it just kind of knocked me quite significantly off my feet yesterday. I've popped a bit of footage in, hopefully, of Saturday afternoon where I went to look round Blacker Yarns Mills, which is just up the road in Launceston, and they had an open shopping morning, just a small area of their factory shop open, so we went and had a look up there. And then we went for my mum, myself and my friend Jen, we went for lunch and a couple of hours conversation at a local farm shop, which I put some footage in. And then yesterday kind of was just pootling around in here in the studio, not feeling great all day, so I'm still feeling exhausted, it has to be said. Where does the COVID start and end, and or the jabs effect start and end, and everything else kind of begin? It's all a mishmash these days. But yes, I'm quite tired, but I'm gonna try and do a fair bit of work today. I've got some so I belong to a local group of artisan makers in the local area called the Liscard Market Makers, and we have 3 craft fair type Christmas fair things coming up, of which I've been asked to contribute some items, so that's really lovely. So I've got to try and make some things today, and then tomorrow I will be printing more fabric and then making those into that fabric into items as we go through the week. So yeah, so I've got a cup of tea and I've just finished the latest wear on my sweet shop blanket this morning while watching a couple of Vlogtobers. So I've done that and sewn that on, so I've got one more. So I'm aiming to do 2 a month at the very least, so then that will be the equivalent of my Advent yarns from last Christmas in there. And I'm so far up to date. I've got one more to do for one of October's, I've got another one to do of October's, but equally I've got the Padstow cardigan screaming at me that I want to make. I haven't wound the yarn yet. I've deliberately not wound the yarn yet, because I think if I wind the yarn, then I will just knit. So I'm going to try and do, I was going to cast on the Padstow cardigan and then take the square with me next week when we go away for half term. But I've decided that I will try and make the square before I go, and then take the Padstow cardigan with me, and maybe get ahead on November's. So yeah, I'll be back later, back off to work now. So this fabric belonged to my friend Jen, who I frequently talk about on here, and it is currently in a partially made skirt, but she would like it not in a skirt and would like it made into a couple of other things. So I'm now going to spend a few minutes just unpicking the stitching so that I've got flat fabric to work with. editing and realised that I hadn't come on to say the end of the day. So I'm just watching Ali from Little Drops of Wonderful. Actually, this is on This Little Wonderful Life because it's a vlogging channel rather than a craft channel. And doing some editing on my channel. I made a really yummy dinner tonight, which I'll pop footage in. Hopefully you've already seen it. Tomorrow's Tuesday, so tomorrow is lunch out with Mum and Dad. So I'll take you along for that. Had a really successful day actually today, quite busy, worked really well, but I'm exhausted now. So in my PJs, hence the camera this way around. You do not need to see that. Makeup off, etc. But yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.